Right. All right. Doing a check. Top of the morning, top of the evening, top of the night, whatever time we are live. Hello. Silence for all those who have lost their lives. All right, let's remember this. If we can look up, we can get up. If we can get up, we can go up. I am doing a sound check really quick to make sure I have no echo in the background. All right, with that being said, the FBI is, as it is known today, still at a standoff at the headquarters in Cincinnati, Ohio. Once again, there is a FBI standoff going on in Cincinnati, Ohio, if that is still actively taking place. It was as of a couple of minutes ago. The person that is doing the standoff with the FBI, there was some gunfire exchange allegedly, but we will follow wherever the evidence leads. But the standoff is going down. Now, having said that, digital forensics is coming back for everybody. It's coming back for everyone. Everything leaves a digital fingerprint. You did something, it's coming back for lawyers, Trump, cases, attorneys, civilians, and the like. Yeah, having said that, let's get
New developments this midday in that unprecedented FBI raid of former President Donald Trump's main home in Florida. ABC News has learned that this isn't the first time federal agents visited that estate. ABC's Faith Abube has the latest.
An extraordinary and unprecedented scene at former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago property in Florida. FBI agents Monday executing a court-authorized warrant at the former president's private residence. Trump and his family were not at the home during the raid. His son, Eric Trump, on Fox News.
30 FBI agents, actually more than that, descend on Mar-a-Lago, give absolutely, no notice, go through the gate, start ransacking an office.
Trump himself seen in New York ignoring shouted questions, but confirming the raid in a statement saying his property was under siege and that the agents even broke into his safe. Sources tell ABC News the raid is part of the investigation into allegations Trump improperly removed presidential documents, including classified material from the White House when he left office, a possible violation of federal laws. The National Archives referred the case to the Justice Department after retrieving 15 boxes of material from the Mar-a-Lago residence in January, some of the documents allegedly torn up. Trump and his top Republican allies furious about the FBI raid, without evidence, accusing the DOJ of being weaponized, even though Trump appointed the current FBI director.
That is to try to politically harm and intimidate their political opponents. That's what this is all about.
Legal experts say before receiving approval for the search warrant, FBI agents would have had to prove to a federal judge there's probable cause a crime or crimes had been committed and that evidence was in the home.
To send this kind of FBI team to the former president's home, there has to be something more than just a Presidential Records Act violation. They have to know something that we don't know about yet.
And both the FBI and DOJ have declined to comment, and now Trump allies are calling for an investigation into the DOJ and FBI. In Washington, Faith Abube.
On January 6th, Let's correct the record real quick. To my device catch up and shouldn't be for. Okay. What was under was the White House, and let's correct the record. Trump knew about this. His attorneys knew about this since June the 3rd or prior to June the 3rd. They knew the FBI was coming to Mar-a-Lago, to get those documents, those classified documents that were taken from the White House. They did that in advance. Let me repeat it. They knew it's June 3rd that the FBI was coming. Those that they took from the White House. So alive you want to. That's all he did when he was Pinocchio number 45 of the United States, which lie. So let's be clear about that. Let's correct the record on that. Now, having said that, let's get off into this music. Let's get off into this music. This is let me transition. Resyncing. Okay, EV Mux. Okay, we're seeing something different here. There we go.
Explain myself.
What y'all know about this now? See, this is X Factor. He took the sample. My shit is plastic. Here's an example of how we light it up on the rhythm. So many wanna light it up on the rhythm. See, this is X Factor. We took the sample. My shit is plastic. Here's an example of how we light it up on the rhythm. So many wanna light it up on the rhythm. You know, I'm only here till another. Got the plane so I can go and ripped up jeans and a Balenciaga mama with dreads and blue lights and things that I love banana. I'm in the short natural like a little banana. Bird true lions, code name Black Madonna. Preacher girl and got a headgear from Guatemala. With no bars like my back, now I live under. The line can say what is what fashion, we go bananas. What fashion, we go bananas. What fashion, we go bananas. I think original, I heard the paradigm. Put me the red tape, put me the mastermind. See how I nice it up on this rhythm. So many wanna nice it up on this rhythm. I think original, I heard the paradigm. So many, the rhythm. See how we nice it up on the rhythm. Nice it up, yeah. So stop acting like you didn't grow up singing my songs. I stood down on the pitch like I had wings on my arms. Transcended, speak truth like I wrote the amendments. Sorry if you're offended, it's the truth that remains. Birds, bees, and trees will probably tell you the same. Mention my name is the same, they like to the brain. How she should do the thing, how she should raise the plane. Conquer before we came, we conquer before we came. Emojis in all flames. And the game was never the same. And the game was never the same. And I'm thinking original, I put the paradigm. Pull me the red tape, pull me the master. See how we nice it up on this rhythm. So many wanna nice it up on this rhythm. See, this is X Factor, he took the sample. My shit is plastic, here's an example of how we nice it up on this rhythm. So many wanna nice it up on this rhythm. See, this is X Factor, he took the sample. My shit is plastic, here's an example of how we nice it up on this rhythm. So many wanna nice it up on this rhythm. Now this is X Factor, he took the sample. This shit is plastic, here's an example of how we nice it up on this rhythm. Wanna nice it up on this rhythm. See how we nice it up on this rhythm. So many wanna. Yo, this is X Factor, he took the sample. This shit is plastic, here's an example of how we nice it up on this rhythm. So many nice it up on this rhythm. God bless you guys tonight. Thank you so much. Peace to Drake, sir.
Let's hit her again. I'm back home now. Let's go, Lauren. Let's go, Lauren. Lauren Hill, let's go.
Explain myself.
Come on, Lauren.
What y'all know about this now? See, this is X Factor. He took the sample. My shit is plastic. Here's an example of how we nice it up on the rhythm. So many wanna nice it up on the rhythm. See, this is X Factor. We took the sample. My shit is plastic. Here's an example of how we nice it up on the rhythm. So many wanna nice it up on the rhythm. You know, I'm only here till another. Got the plane so I can go and ripped up jeans and a Balenciaga mama with dreads and blue lights and things that I love banana. I'm in the short natural like a little banana. Bird true lions, code name Black Madonna. Preacher girl and got a headgear from Guatemala. With no bars like my back, now I live under. The line can say what is what fashion, we go bananas. What fashion, we go bananas. What fashion, we go bananas.
All right, 3,000. I see your
I
picture.
think original, I heard the paradigm. Put me the red tape, put me the mastermind. See how I nice it up on this rhythm. So many wanna nice it up on this rhythm. I think original, I heard the paradigm. So many The rhythm, see how we slice it up on the rhythm. Slice it up, yeah. So stop acting like you didn't grow up singing my songs. I swoop down on the pitch like I had weights on my arms. Transcendent, speak truth like I wrote the amendments. Sorry if you're offended, it's the truth in my veins. Birds, bees, and trees will probably tell you the same. Mention my name is the same, they like to the brain. How she should do the thing, how she should raise the plane. Conquer before we came, we conquer before we came. Emojis in all flames, and the game was never the same. And the game was never the same. And I'm thinking original, I heard the paradigm. Call me the red tape, call me the master. See how we slice it up on this rhythm. So many wanna slice it up on this rhythm. See this is X-Factor, he took the sample. Much of this classic is an example of how we slice it up on this rhythm. So many wanna slice it up. See this is X-Factor, he took the sample. Much of this classic is an example of how we slice it up on this rhythm. So many wanna slice it up on this rhythm. That is his X-Factor, he took the sample. This shit is classic, is an example of how we slice it up on this rhythm. Wanna slice it up on this rhythm. See how we slice it up on this rhythm. So many wanna. Yo, this is X-Factor, he took the sample. This shit is classic, is an example of how we slice it up on this rhythm. So many wanna slice it up on this rhythm. God bless you guys tonight. Thank you so much.
All right, 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 and all right. Let me refresh my other device and let's get off into this. Okay. Digital forensics is coming back for everybody. ESI is coming back for everybody. Electronically stored information on your electronic devices are coming back for everybody. For cases, previous cases, for governors, for mayors, for former wannabe presidents, for the FBI and the CIA, for attorneys in Congress, regular civilians, and the like. So let's get to this right here. Also, for YouTube content creators. Let me start right here. We start right here. Go here. Yeah. Pull that up. Make sure this share on this. All right, let me manage this. Manage. All right. So, a lot of cases are going on. I said ESI was coming for cases too. All right. So, again, we have a host of cases that are taking place. I want to go specifically to Robert Sylvester Kelly's case because if you looked at my you haven't, you can stroll back through it. You will see a content creator, Tasha K, his attorney from Bonjean, when they went back and did their duty to hold on these channels, duty to preserve the ESI, electrically stored information. Tasha K, with the video that she showed pertaining to our case, is coming up again. Her channel comes up again. It is in this court case. The number of views she had on that particular video because it was a privacy violation. They violated R. Kelly privacy rights. When the Prison Bureau accessed his information, and his information had been accessed over 150 times. Now we're finding out that his information was accessed by several other prison officers infinitely many times. ESI is coming for everybody. You can think you're deleting something if you want to. People in my field, it's our job to retrieve it. The forensics will make a believer out of you after we get finished with your device. That's the way the cookie crumbles. So let me read this. Let me read this. Martilago being raided. Electronically stored information coming for you. And in your devices. It is what it is. That's the way it goes. So let's get here. All right. So there are 2 additional co-defendants in that case that starts towards the end of this month. It is the Robert Sylvester Kelly federal case in Chicago, Illinois, Cook County. All right. Again, it was the digital forensics that won him the case in 2018. That's why he won the case. Remember, we showed the video footage of Sam Cooke, his previous attorney, talking about the forensics. And then the forensics expert had found out that video footage had been tampered with, altered, edited, and modified. That type of footage is not admissible in a court of law when it is challenged appropriately by attorneys. All right. And confirmed by forensic experts. All right. So here it is. We should be here. Now, this is a co-defendant, Daryl McDavid. So you see the case number at the top. Daryl McDavid reply in support of a motion to compel, disclose, or in the alternative exclude video number 1. All right. And so we get to forensics. Let's get to the digital forensics piece. Comes now defendant Daryl McDavid by and through his attorneys. So they have the list of the attorneys there. And I want to skip around a bit. And hereby submits the following reply to support his motion to compel disclosure or alternatively exclude video 1, DKT 258. Introduction. The government response confirms that Mr. McDavid basis for requesting additional discovery related to video 1, that they have no idea what the video was shown to the witness. They don't have an idea of the video that was shown to the witness at the 2002 Cook County grand jury or the 2008 Cook County trial. It's back up on my device. The heart of the conspiracy alleged that in count number 5, DK2 269, pages 2 through 3, they admit that it is impossible to tell what video those witnesses were actually shown at those relevant times. At page 3. So they're saying, see, at page 3, the government even admits that they received multiple versions of video 1, and that some of them are altered and manipulated at 2. HSI, that's Homeland Security agent, made digitalized versions of some of those copies, but did not explain what versions the agents chose or why the particular versions of those videos were chosen. So here is where the digital forensics comes for you, okay? Because over here, we already know it. Authentication that's part of a key. Validate what? You have to have a valid copy, okay? And when you have a valid copy, it needs to be what? Forensically sound, scientifically sound. It has to be an exact copy. And the way you get an exact copy is by using what's called a write blocker. So you're not writing anything to the ESI, electronically stored information that you are collecting. The system, put your write blocker on there. You make sure your write blocker is powered. Make sure your write blocker is running appropriately, and you copy those hard drives, whether it is a computer hard drive, whether you're getting cell phone forensics, whether you're getting drives from databases, no matter what drive you're copying, write blocker goes connected into those devices. It is in a read-only mode. Therefore, your copy will be forensically sound if it's in a read-only mode, because you cannot write, you cannot alter, you cannot modify, and you cannot delete when you're backing those copies up in a read-only mode using a digital forensic. So, unfortunately, here it is again. They're making copies of things, and the copying that they're copying may not have been, they're alluding to that it was never an original copy. That means it was not what? Forensically sound. Digital forensics is coming back for everybody. Again, it is either going to work in their favor or it's not going to work in their favor. So let me continue to read. Let me go to the next page. Okay, page 2. Yeah. All right, so continuing on with page 2, starting at the bottom of page 1 and reading that last paragraph that runs into first paragraph on page 2, but did not explain what version the agents chose or why that particular version of the video were chosen, simply altered in some way. And apparently those are several, apparently there are several altered versions. And saying it's irrelevant to Mr. McDavid's case as to be charged in count 5 with what are they saying? S-1519 conspiracy related to purportedly false statements made to a 2002 grand jury. Any version of video 1 not available to the 2002 grand jury witness is not relevant to count 5, and therefore are not relevant to the case against Mr. McDavid. Surely, minor one is going to testify at the trial that she had relations and they had sex with R. Kelly on the tape, and that the tape she was shown by the government depicts her and Kelly. Her mother will likely do the same, but this fails wholly and short of establishing that versions of her being shown is the versions that could have caused Ms. to act, reportedly make arrangements with people to lie to a grand jury in 2002 and thereby make false records, so charged in count number 5. Now, let me say it again, I'll pause there. Because what it's boiling down to is